Hello friends, you're the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm still playing Eldritch Horror. This has become a true tragedy. It's more or less pointless actually to go on, but I don't want to abort that game. I simply hate aborting games, so I will go on here and bring this to an appropriate end. So actually the doom track is at 0. The final mystery was revealed. A dark god awakens. There are still 3 tokens here, 3 Eldritch tokens. So the game will end if the doom track would now advance 3 more times. So probably in 3 turns or something like that. We have a rumor here that says that gates cannot be closed anymore. The mysterious lights here. But to be honest, I decided it makes no sense anyway to close any gates. Simply because there are too many on the board and we only have 3 turns left, so that doesn't matter. My idea is, and I don't think that will change anything, but still, the basic idea is now, just want to see some more action, and I will now move to Antarctica with Mark Harrigan. He's already at Buenos Aires, and also with Wilson Richards. He's at Arkham right now, which means that he doesn't have to go too far I think he can be there in 2 turns or so. And she will generate clue tokens during that time. So she can do that with her special ability here with the Arcane Insight spell. And maybe we will be able to, well, I don't know, to at least solve that binding the dark god mystery. And maybe we'll see another mystery. I don't know. We'll find out about that. Okay, so let's start with Mark Harrigan. He's here. He's preparing for travel, and he will gain a. He's trying to gain a clue token here. Not a clue token, but a ship, a travel ticket. And then he moves here with these 2 steps here to Antarctica as a second action. I'm wondering now if I should stay here, trying to get that clue token, or if I want to move here to the Miskatonic outpost and maybe try to close that gate. There is a second gate though here, also a red one, so actually right now it doesn't matter. I think I'm going to go for the clue token here. Then it's Daisy Walker, and she will move here. She could also move the other direction, but maybe that's better. Then she's at least in a city. It's hard to say actually. Does she have to be in a city? Yeah, if you are in a city space, she could gain a random tome asset from the deck. So I think she moves here into that city, and then she's going to do that ritual here, that Arcane Insight spell. Choose yourself or another investigator. So she's going to choose Mark Harrigan. And she rolls a test -2, a lore test -2. But for each tome, and she has 2, she can add a die. So that means she can simply roll 4 dice. And if she passes, she will gain a clue token, or actually Mark Harrigan will gain a clue token. So let's see. And she did that. Here we go. 2 successes. So that's a clue for Mark Harrigan. And we got to flip that card. And it says, all knowledge of all times and places assaults you, your feeble mind, shredding your previous perceptions of reality. That investigator loses 2 sanity unless he has a tome position. Wait a second. It says, that investigator. Does that mean, maybe it's the investigator, the target investigator? That makes actually more sense to me. If you pass that investigator against 1 clue, yeah, I guess it's probably the target investigator. So I made a mistake there. I thought it was her, but I think it's actually the target investigator. But luckily, he also has the arcane manuscripts. So that's also a tome, so nothing happens with him. Okay, and then it's Wilson Richards, and he also prepares for travel. He will take a ship and then moves down here to Buenos Aires, and that means now he can roll against his hunted condition here. On a 5 or 6 he can discard it. Nope, no luck here. And that was his action then. And then we come to the encounters. And we're trying to gain another clue token here at Antarctica. So, let's see. And that is a sea space. A rogue elder thing enters your cabin and communicates that it will help you if you hide it from the other elder things. You may gain a dark pact condition to gain this clue and improve will. If you do not gain the condition, the creature attacks. An elder thing monster ambushes you. Well, that is interesting. I mean, he's my strongest character, so it's... I think I don't want to do that. Let's see how bad the elder thing is. Okay, the point is that the elder thing has 3 horror. I have a will of 4, but I have only 2 sanity left. Okay, I got that protective amulet, which gives me a will of 5. And I got the lucky rabbit's foot. So I think that's pretty risky. I don't know. Maybe I should take the dark pact. I think I don't have much to lose right now. I'm going to take that pact. Okay, so that gives me now the clue token. And that pact says, roll 1 die. On a 1, it's time to fulfill your part of the bargain. Flip this card. Then it's Daisy Walker, and she draws a city encounter. A group of intimidating syndicate members demand you pay them for protection. You offer the well-dressed man what you can afford. So that is... well, she's got an influence of 4. So she has pretty good chances here, I guess. And yeah, that was a success here. So basically nothing happens. And then Wilson Richards, and he's going for the clue token too. Okay, so he is in a city. You've managed to locate a survivor of the Miskatonic expedition in a local sanitarium. He's willing to tell you what he saw beyond the mountains. Gain this clue. You can hardly bear to listen to the horrifying tale. So he's going to do a will test. And he's got a 3. And he failed. If you pass, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, nothing happens here. So that was kind of a cheap clue. Pretty good. Okay. So, and then we come to the next Mythos card. Let's see what we get. Yeah, okay. The arcane instability. First, again, this thing moves on. That means that the Doom track would move on. We have a few blue gates, so that means also that we have another Eldritch tokens removed. Then we have to trigger all kind of stuff. So let's start with the monsters. We got here the serpent people. On a roll of 1 or 2, it would be pretty bad, because that means that Wilson Richards would have to move to the Amazon. Let's see. Luckily that didn't happen. Then we go on. What happens next? It's the witch. But nobody is cursed right now. Then we got the Hound of Tyndalos, and this is now our next problem. Move this monster to the nearest space containing an investigator, then an investigator on that space immediately encounters it. So the nearest space is 2. Well, it's not that sure. It could be her, but it could also be this guy in Antarctica. It's the same. It's the same distance. It's both 3 spaces away. So I mean, his horror. Maybe Mark Harrigan should try it. He's better in fighting, so I guess he's gonna try that. So that guy moves to Antarctica, Hound of Tyndalos, and let's see. So first we got to do a horror check here, and it has a horror of 2. I have a will of 4, but I got that protective amulet, which brings me to a 5. Okay, here we go. Oh, damn it. I really need something, maybe some acrylic glass or something to place here, so that they don't always roll over that edge there. It was a great roll, by the way. Maybe I can do that again. Well, of course not. So that was 1 success. But I can use the Lucky Rabbit's foot now and roll 1 of them again. That was a 1. So I think I'll have to take now that I have to lose that sanity. But then I can fight that monster, and I'm pretty good. I got, let me see, what is my strongest weapon? The 45 automatic, I guess. That gives me +3, so I got a strength of 7. And I can add 1 result to 1 die when resolving a strength test. Yep. I wonder actually... No, I don't want to. So... Damn. I wonder if I should spend another clue token, maybe to... I mean, if I kill that monster, I think I would gain some clue tokens. We also have the conspiracy theorist. I will spend 1 clue token trying to prevent that sanity loss. Let's see, maybe I roll a 5 or 6. Yeah, I did. Okay, great. So I still have 2 sanity. Otherwise the risk would be so damn high. Okay, so that means now that I got a combat strength of 7. Yeah. And This guy has a toughness of 3. Okay, let's see. Well, that was awesome. We got 4 successes this time. That was great. So, we killed him. No, we didn't. Damn it, I forgot. I had to remove 1 die. -1. So, gotta go again. And this time we have no successes. But I can no, it doesn't matter. We don't even have a 5 here. Oh boy. Unbelievable. Okay, that means we lose. We take 3 hits here. Luckily I got lots of health left. But that was painful. I could have killed that monster if I didn't make that mistake. Damn it. Shit. Okay, anyway. That was the activation of the Hound here. What else do we have? We have here the Shan. What does that say? If you lose sanity from here, discard the nearest clue. Okay, so that would be this one here in the snowy mountains. What else do we have? We have the Loigor. Each investigator on this space or adjacent loses 1 health and 1 sanity. Okay, that doesn't apply. And anything else? The Witch? No. Cultists? No. Okay, I think we did it. Yeah, Serpent People, we already did that. Okay, fine. Anything here? Nope. Mythos cards. Yeah, here we go. We got that one. Discard this card and place the top 4 cards of the asset deck in the reserve. Okay. Let's do that. Oh, here we go. We got Appeal to the Council. When you gain this card, you may immediately spend 2 clues to retreat Doom by 1. Great card, but doesn't really help now. Tear Gas. You may discard this card to reroll up to 2 dice when resolving the strength test. In addition, reduce the monster's damage by 2 to a minimum of 1. Pretty cool card, actually. Really neat. These are all cards from the Forbidden Law, by the way. So, Fresh Fruit. When you perform a rest action, you may discard this card to recover 1 additional health and 1 additional sanity. And finally, we got an Arcane Tome here. Gain +2 lore when resolving spell effects. Awesome. When you perform a rest action, you may test lore. If you pass, gain 1 spell. This is an amazingly strong item. Unbelievable strong item. Yeah, thanks. Okay, so what can we do? That was now the activation of the Mythos cards. Then we have to activate our possessions and conditions. We can start with the Conspiracy Theorist. So if we roll a 4 to 6, we get a clue. And we do. That's pretty cool. Then we have to roll for the Dark Pact, and on a 1, I will be in trouble. Nope, that's a 3. Finally, I have to test will for the Amnesia condition. So I got a 4 here. No, oh damn, that's... I have to find really a solution for that. I like the dice tray, the new one, quite a bit. But, yeah, okay, I was successful here. I don't want to use cardstock or something because it would look pretty bad. But some acrylic glass would be pretty good, I think. Okay, so nothing happens here. Then... let's see, we got the Hunted condition here. He's got to test observation, and he's not good in doing so. And he didn't. Yeah, so flip that card. You thought your nerves were just getting the better of you, but now you've been trapped in a dead-end alley. A monster ambushes you. So, he could start spending his clue tokens. I don't think I want to do that now. I don't think I want to do that. So let's see what monster that will be. That's a cultist. Okay, I mean, these guys are not too bad. So, we have a lore test to do first. If you pass the lore test, you free the victim's mind from the alien magic, defeat this monster, and gain 1 random ally asset from the deck. Okay, so let's see. We only have a lore of 1. So, we didn't make that. That means we lose 1 sanity. And we only have 1 left, which is also a problem now. And then we have to fight that guy, and he only has a toughness of 1 and a strength of 1. So we can use our blunderbuss again. So we got 6 dice here. 4, 5, 6. And we did 2 successes, so that is enough to kill the cultist. Fine. Then we got this depth condition. So he's got to do an influence test here. That's a 3. And he did it. So, no, that's actually not true. That's not true. It says local action test influence. So now some men have come to collect your debt. Flip this card. Okay, let's see. Your collectors seem almost forgiving when you tell them you cannot pay your dues. They beg you not to worry, but their kind expressions change as you eat the meal they've offered you. Gain a poison condition, then discard that card. Okay, so I'm not absolutely sure, but I think I have to activate this card right away, and that means I will lose 1 health. So, here we go. And yeah, I think this is it then. Then we have to spawn another gate. And that shows up here in Istanbul. Here we go, and we have to draw a monster for that gate. This is a warlock. And if he's activated on a roll of 1 or 2, the nearest investigator gains a cursed condition. Pretty bad thing. So, how bad is this guy? Well, he only has 1 strength, so maybe we can actually try to attack him with her. She also only has 1, but she got a focus, so there is kind of a chance that she might kill that warlock. Then she would at least not have a cursed condition. Let's think about that. But so the next thing now is yeah, of course, the card itself. The door lay in splinters, and the translator was gone. The engraved stone you left with him had been taken. Somehow the magic ward you placed here failed. Panic overtakes you as you realize you can no longer recall how to craft that protective glyph. Each investigator discards half of his spells. Then he loses 1 sanity for each spell he has. Well, usually I would say that is really bad, but luckily we only have 1 spell, but it's painful to discard that one. Shit. Well, what a nasty card that is. So she actually has to discard a spell, which was that amazing arcane insight spell. So now she is actually a pretty useless character. That is tough. And she will lose 1 sanity. The others, on the other hand, I think they don't have any spells. No. So, oh boy, that was a pretty rough one. Yeah, pretty bad for Daisy Walker. She could try to get that arcane tome, which would at least give her then new spells. Maybe she's gonna do that. Okay, let's see. That's the end of that turn then. So and then it's Mark Harrigan again in Antarctica. And he can now move here. This is a move and it's no action. So he simply starts now from here, or simply can move from Antarctica to this Miskatonic outpost. That's no specific action here. And from there, he now can move to the... You can travel now to the snowy mountains, I guess. Yeah, so he ends up here. And then he could now even... I don't know. I mean, he can try to improve a skill. He could also do a rest action, which is maybe not such a bad idea with only 2 sanity left. And he could get rid of the amnesia. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a rest action, regain some sanity and also some health. And then I'm going to roll a die to get rid of the amnesia condition. I didn't make that. Okay, then it's Daisy Walker, and I still think she's gonna try to kill that warlock, simply because, well, but I think before she does, she will take a focus token, so that's her first action, focus, and then she moves right here, because if she doesn't do so, she might get cursed, and then she's really completely useless. She's just, yeah, I mean, completely useless character. So I think it makes sense to go there. Yeah, why not? And then it's Wilson Richards. He's down here at Buenos Aires. He's poisoned, which sucks, but he has a lot of health left. So I think he does not have to care about that poison condition. The more interesting point is that Hound of Tyndalos, which, well, with a sanity of 1, I really don't want to face that guy right now. So, if he performs a rest action, you cannot recover health nor sanity. Flip this card. Well, maybe that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe I want to rest, and maybe I can get rid of the poison condition. I cannot move to Antarctica with this guy right now. Okay, so I'm gonna wait a second. Maybe I can also do gain 1 asset of your choice with value 1 from the reserve. So that's something I could do. Tear gas. It's an option. I'm gonna take the fresh fruit. And if I get... Nah. Or the tear gas, not sure. Maybe the fresh fruit, so if I would be able to rest some time, that would at least allow me to... Or the tear gas, to gain some additional health and sanity, but I wonder, the tear gas is also pretty cool. Reduce the monster's damage by 2 to a minimum of 1. I don't know. I'm gonna take the fresh fruit. He's so low in sanity. So if I find the option to heal, I will be happy to have the fresh fruit then. And then I'm gonna rest, and that means... Wait a second, I got to place another asset here, and that's the Arcane Scholar. That's a pretty good card, especially for her. So, and let's see the poison condition. Let's flip that card. Fever dreams. Each night the dreams become worse. You can barely sleep, and when you do, you are haunted by terrifying visions. So will -1 test. That means we have 2 will here. That's a miss. Great. Okay, if you fail, gain a hallucinations card condition and flip this card. What? That sucks. Shit. Damn it. Oh shit, no, whatever. Let's do it. Fuck. I'm gonna take that damn hallucination. I also could have spent some clue tokens, but on the other hand... in the unlikely case that I still manage somehow to move to Antarctica and maybe solve a mystery, I need these clue tokens, so I don't want to spend them all. That would not make a lot of sense now. Okay, so that was the end of the action phase then, and we come to the encounters. And we start again with Mark Harrigan here in the Snowy Mountains. As the plane flies over a star-shaped terrace, you try to interpret the the dots carved there. Well, that's not very good. We have a lore of 1, but we can try it. Oh, great. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to use my Lucky Rabbit's foot in case the Hound of Tindalos attacks, which is pretty likely. So, spawn 1 Elder Thing monster on the City of the Elder Things. Right over here. This is gonna be tough then. Okay, damn it. Oh boy. Yeah, that sucks. Oh man. Okay, let's spend 1 of these clues. 1 of them. Yeah, okay, fine. So that was cool because it says gain 1 clue. So overall, that was a no win, no lose. That was fine. Lucky here. And this Elder Thing doesn't appear. I mean, this is already pretty deadly here. More or less impossible So I think we don't need another one there. Then it's Daisy Walker, sorry, and she actually now she can fight that warlock here, or she has to. So that means, first of all, she's got to do the health test. No, the will test, the horror check. She's got a will of 3. And she was successful here, so nothing happened. And then, yeah, she only has 1 combat die now because she has a strength of 1. -1, but that doesn't matter, you can always roll 1. And she's got these 2 focus, so... Okay, that guy has a toughness of 1. That doesn't work, but I can spend my first focus. Nope. And the second one, and now would be need to be successful. Oh, great. Okay, we didn't make it. So we take 1 damage, which is not so bad. The problem now is if this guy gets activated, she will be cursed. And then Wilson Richards, he's here at Buenos Aires, and he doesn't need any spells. So what he's going to do is he's going to take this kind of standard encounter card here, and he's in a city. You step forward to protect an innocent bystander from a gang of thugs. So he can roll 3 dice here to do that. And he was successful. If you pass, you believe you recognize the victim, gain 1 character unique asset. Cool. And I think I haven't shown that until now. With the new expansion, there are now lots of these unique... Did they really come with the new expansion? No, I think they were actually there before. That's interesting. I don't remember them from before. But anyway, we have now lots of these unique assets here. And we can now take a unique ally asset. So this is here Danforth. When you gain this card from the deck, improve will. Once per round, you may spend 1 focus to prevent yourself from losing up to 2 sanity. So that is an amazingly cool card, actually. Especially if you're down, so much down at sanity as he is. So that might even give him the option to attack the Hound of $10. If he should not activate. And he can improve will. That's really good. Okay, and then we have to draw a Mythos card. Okay, and again, the Doom track moves forward, so that means the next Eldritch token is removed, so the next round might be the last. We will see a monster search. So that on the red gates, that means Sydney. Here we have a Dark Young. So that actually could now end the game. And we have a Ghost here. And they both show up in Sydney. And then we have here in the Miskatonic University, we also have, not the Miskatonic University, but the Miskatonic Outpost. We have a cultist, and this is a Gook. Okay. Yeah, I think these were our 3 or 2. Yeah, 2 red gates. I think there is. Oh yeah, the Plateau of Lang. Oh shit. That means we have to face these guys. And by the way, I forgot that. It says here, Snowy Mountains. After an investigator resolves a location encounter on a research encounter on this space, he may move to Plateau of Lang. So I can now move right here. I think I can do this right in this turn. So in the next turn, I will then have to face the Wendigo, the skeleton, and what else? A oh, that makes a lot of sense. A riot on the Plateau of Lang. Well, that's a nice joke at the end of the game, actually. That's cool. Hey, what are you people doing here? That's really pretty crazy. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, and then we have 2 clue tokens spawned. We have in the lake camp, which is right there. I just want to show you here the art. And then finally, number 14 is up here. Might be Helsinki, I guess. And it's fun because the whole board is now cluttered with these clue tokens. Which, well, anyway. Okay, let's see. Legitimate banking. The man in the suit slides the contract across the desk. We've spoken to the police and the customs agent, and all of the necessary payments have been made. If you just sign this, indicating that you understand your obligations, you can be on your way. His assistant places a pen in your hand. The lead investigator gains a debt condition. Okay, it's not good, but okay. Here we go. If the lead investigator already had a debt condition, blah, okay. Well, this is it. Okay, so now let's do the next turn, which is possibly the last one. Not sure, but it's easily possible. So we start now with Mark Harrigan. And let's see, as an encounter. Okay, so we are now here at the Plateau of Lang. There is a local action test. Spend 1 clue. If you pass or spend the clue, move to any space of your choice containing a gate. So that would be a lore test. Well, I want to stay there, of course, because I want to do an encounter there. I cannot rest there because of all the monsters, but I can gain a focus token, which makes a lot of sense, I guess. And is there anything else I can do? I could try to get rid of the debt condition. Maybe that makes sense. I also could use my special ability. You and 1 monster in your space lose 1 health. Maybe that makes even more sense. The riot is pretty tough. Let's see. The skeleton could be worth it. Oh, that's a good idea. Maybe we could do this with the skeleton. What about the Wendigo? Same thing or similar. It's hard to say. I don't know. We could also do this with the riot. So I guess I'm gonna do it with the riot. I'm gonna do this local action, lose 1 health, and the riot also takes 1 damage. Because they're really strong, and if I want to do an encounter here on the Plateau of Lang in the next turn, and solving the mystery would be such. So I think I have to kill all these 3 monsters, one after another. So makes sense to give the riot a wound here. And so yeah, that was his action. Then it's Daisy, and I mean, she could still do the same thing. He will focus and then try to attack the Warlock. So I don't know what else to do. Situation hasn't changed here, basically. So what she wants to do is she wants to first pass that horror check. And she did that. And then she's going to attack the Warlock. And she needs one success. Oh no, she's going to spend a focus. Oh boy. Again a miss. Oh, what a bad thing. Oh, actually I made a mistake. She could not fight this time. Because the encounter phase comes at the end. Well, that's sad. Okay, so she did that. She gained that focus. And what she's going to do then is she can test observation. And if she does so, she can take if she's successful, she can take a tome asset from the reserve. So that's what she's going to try now. And again, a 1 and a 2. Oh boy. So she's got to fight that Warlock in the next, in the encounter phase. Finally, Wilson Richards. And well, he has now Danforth, so he can focus. He needs, if he wants to go to Antarctica and fight that Hound of Tindalos, he needs a little bit of focus here. So just to make sure that he won't lose all his sanity. So I'm going to focus here. And then I'm thinking about this guy. And then I'm thinking about I think damn. I'm not so sure what to do. I think I'm going to take the tear gas. I can do that for free because this special action here, it has a value of 1. So I simply take the tear gas. Probably won't need it. I also could do a rest action, try to get rid of the poison condition. Yeah, I think I'm gonna prefer that. I'm going to try to rest, flip that thing, and I have to successfully do a will check here. And this time I made it. Okay, great. So that means now that this poison condition finally goes away. And I can also try to get rid of the hallucinations now on a 5 or 6. Yeah, awesome. Very cool. Okay, that was pretty good actually. So I only have this hunted condition left. But that was not so bad now. Okay, nice. So then we come to the encounter phase. And now we start with Mark Harrigan, and he now has to fight all these monsters here. So let's see. Let's start at, let's see. What do we have here? What about the Wendigo? If you defeat this monster, recover 1 sanity. So maybe it's a good idea to start with the skeleton. So So the skeleton has a horror value of 2. I have 4 and the protective amulet, so I got 5. Oops. And that is 1 success. So I lose 1 horror. But okay, I think I can live with that. Then we got a -2 strength, which is not so great. So we have a 4 plus 3 is 7. -2 brings me down to 5 then. Okay. Yeah, we got 2 successes here, and that is just enough to kill that monster. So that's pretty cool. That's really good. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, recover 1 sanity. Awesome. So that was pretty successful. Then, if you defeat a monster during a combat encounter, recover 1 sanity and gain 1 clue. That's really cool now. So that means we are now back at maximum sanity. That's really good. And we have a clue. So Mark Harrigan is actually now a really good character. It's so sad that the game is nearly over. And, yeah. Okay. That was pretty good. Then we can go on. And the next one would be now this one here. That's not so great. But anyway, let's do the Wendigo here. So, the horror check should be possible with 5 dice. Yeah, we got 2 successes, so no problems here. Now we got a -1, a -1 strength test, which brings us to 6 dice. And we need 2 successes here. Okay. And we got them. Very good. Well, in this video I'm definitely rolling a little better. So we killed that guy, but we take 1 damage, isn't that so? Yeah, we take 1 damage because it has a strength of 3. So it gives us 1 damage anyway. If you defeat this monster during a combat encounter, roll a die. On a 1 or 2, gain a hunger condition. Okay. No, that's a 3. So we were also lucky here, killing the Wendigo. And then finally we come to the riot, and this is going to be the toughest, because it has a toughness of 3, but it already had... yeah, I did this action before, so they lost 1 health already. Before resolving the test, you may attempt to disperse the mob. So that would be a influence test -1, but we have... this is not going to be easy. We can only roll 1 die here. Now that is a 1. So now the question would be interesting if we want to re-roll that die, but I think I don't actually. I think I want to try to get 2 successes. That could be possible, actually. So let's fight that mob. So we got a -3 here, which means we have still 4 dice. We need 2 successes, but we got our lucky rabbit's foot, and we got the 18 Derringer. So that means on 1 die we can add 1. Oh, let's see. And by the way, actually, I see I gain another clue and another sanity because I killed that Wendigo, and the lodge researcher will help me there. But I'm already at my maximum sanity, but still the clue might be useful. Maybe I'm also going to spend it to reroll now. Let's see. Well, that was awesome. 2 successes. This is it. We also managed to kill all the people that were involved in this riot. This guy is really great. Okay, so this gives me then another clue token actually. because of the Lodge researcher. He's now doing the autopsy on all these guys. And we got 3 clue tokens that way. So overall, that was an amazingly successful turn for him. And yeah, cool. Really cool. And now we can finally solve our first mystery in the probably last round. So while the Dark God is still weakened, a new prison can be created to contain it. Through a series of rituals, the Dark God can be bound to another world. Well, actually, the sucker is no longer weakened. The Dark God awakens. But anyway, maybe we still can do it. So it says now, at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card... No, wait a second. Ah, gosh, just a second. No, it's not that simple as I thought. I thought I'd just spend a clue token and that's it. But he draws and resolves an otherworld encounter. And then if I manage to do this, I can spend 1 clue token there. Okay, so we're still far. I'm pretty sure we will not solve that mystery. So we got here the city of the great race. You find others who, like you, have had their consciousness pulled into alien bodies from throughout time. You try to convince them to share their knowledge. Okay, we got 2 influence here. And we didn't manage to do that. We have our lucky rabbit's foot. So let's re-roll a die here. Yeah, we did it. Fine. The stories are highly illuminating. Again, 2 clues. For some reason I got the feeling I will not close a gate here. I got now 8 clues, but it doesn't help me. They remind you of a ritual you researched that may, that may provide you with a solution. So lore -1, which sucks because we only have 1 lore. Yeah, and we don't have any items that help there. Anyway, we have tons of clue tokens and a focus token, so maybe we can do it. So first let's spend the focus. Then we spend our first clue. Oh, come on. Let's spend the second clue. And the third one. Well, we still have a few. Let's spend our 4th clue. Nope. Number 5 might do. No, never. Well, actually, we still have 3 clue tokens. So number 6. Yeah, finally we made it. So we had to spend 6 clue tokens and 1 focus token to close that gate. But okay, we did it. So, fine. And that now allows us to spend another clue token on that mystery. What a success. Still, it isn't solved. Oh boy. Okay. Then, lovely lady Daisy Walker has to fight the warlock. So let's see here. It's first the horror check, which is not such a big issue here. 3 dice. And she made it. Then the fight check, and that is not so easy. The strength test here. No, she didn't make it. She can spend that focus. Nope. And now she's also going to spend a clue token. It's probably the last action anyway. Yeah, she did it. She killed that guy. Neat. Okay. Yeah, fine. And now she actually could try to close that gate in Istanbul. Why not? Let's do it. City of the Great Race. No, she can't. She can't because of that shit. Gates cannot be closed. That's impossible. Okay. Great. I wonder Yeah, I think that is still possible because it only says if the effect allows him to close this gate. It doesn't say that he actually must be able to close the gate. But she can't close the gate, so what she's going to do is she's going to have an encounter here in Istanbul. Just a regular encounter. So let's see. The stolen treasure was hidden under the city during the Crusades. Using your knowledge of the area, you think you can find it. So we need a lore -1 test. So we got 3 lore here. And we did it. If you pass, you discover a lost fortune. Improve influence even more. So we now have an influence of 5. Okay. And then we got Wilson Richards here. He's still in Buenos Aires. And I think again he's going to go for a standard encounter and not for the Buenos Aires encounter because he doesn't need any spells. He's that bad here in lore. Corrupt members of the police force pressure you for a bribe. Of the police force pressure you for a bribe. You speak to some people you know to take care of the problem. So I've got 3 influence here. Ah, great. No way here. If you fail, gain a debt condition to pay the bribe. Well, you could spend a focus. But on the other hand, if the hound comes after him, I think he better keeps that focus. And who cares about the debt condition if the world goes down? Okay, there we go. His debt condition. And that is then the end of his turn. And now we come to the possibly final card. So if the Omen track advances, this game is lost, and that is exactly what happens. The Bermuda Triangle. The Omen track advances, that means that the Doom track would advance, and that means that the last Eldritch horror token would be removed from this sheet, and that says, then there are no Eldritch tokens on this sheet. Investigators lose the game. What surprise that is. Okay, well, yeah, we've lost, and that was pretty expected. At least I managed to place a clue token on my first mystery. And actually the last video was not that frustrating. I had a few nice rolls, and Mark Harrigan was doing really well, killing all these monsters here on the plateau of Lang, including the riot there. But yeah, I mean, you've seen the videos, so what can I say? It was not a pleasant experience to me, and apart from a few nice moments, it was not fun. I think from the moment when Lucy died, maybe even earlier, when he got his detained condition and lost his great items, that was the time when the game really went to hell. And then when I drew these 2 consecutive cards that say that you have to lose 2 sanity and 2 that all investigators more or less have to lose 2 sanity and 2 health, yeah, that just killed me, you know. And there was no way to go on then, and when she died, it was over. And that is something that bothers me a little in this game, that you know you lose, but you have to go on for so long, and it gets so painful, and you know, I don't know, I had to play for 2 or 3 hours, although it was absolutely clear that this game was lost. And yeah, I don't know. I mean, this is, you know, in other games like Arkham Horror, so you still have the option to change things a little. There is always some kind of possible solution, and if it is really not the case, if this solution is no longer there, then the game is at least soon over. But here, I mean, it was pretty clear it's over, and we had to go on for hours. So that was pretty frustrating to me. That is definitely a weakness of that game. And that is also something, to me it seems like in this game, either if you win actually pretty easily and the Doom track doesn't move forward too much, or you lose really so bad. I very rarely had close outcomes where you said, oh gosh, you know, we have to fall, we just have to do the last mystery or so. It might be possible, of course, and maybe I was just, I don't know, just was by coincidence. But it's an impression I have. Either you manage to keep all the gates closed and do well, and then not very much happens here, and you can easily win, or you fail completely like I did today. About the expansion, I think it's a great expansion. The problem is that I haven't seen too much of it. I wish I could have seen a little more of the mysteries. Maybe do a little more actions on the Antarctic space. A few things are great. There is a space where you can easily, here for example, you can gain artifacts in a pretty simple way. You can spend a clue token to gain an artifact. And you can also gain a clue token here. So that's pretty cool. Down here, improving your skills, especially with Lily Chan, was absolutely amazing. So yeah, there are some really nice features on that map. And I think it looks very beautiful. The art here, you know, looks just great. I like that. I find it a little funny that basically you use this additional map only for one great old one and this special prelude card. I didn't expect that, actually. I thought it would be an additional map like, I don't know, in Talisman or maybe in Arkham Horror. That is basically always there. But maybe it's not so bad. And this way it stays something special. You don't have that every time. Might be okay. Speaking of these prelude cards, I think they're also pretty cool. I like them. They give you a little different start every time. And I'm pretty sure we're going to see more of them in future expansions, so that's also nice. Maybe the most important change overall in this expansion is not the additional board and all that stuff, but the focus mechanic, of course. I mean, that changes the game quite a bit. I think there is now a little less luck involved. And I think that was necessary. I remember a game lately when I played with a kind of a newbie. He was not a hardcore game. I mean, he played a few games, but not too much. And I thought that was kind of a neat gateway game to bring him into these a little bit heavier horror adventure game things. So I decided let's play that game, and he was very interested in this style of game. So we did the Cthulhu Great Old One, And what happened was that right at the beginning we came to this Rise of Relay mystery. We simply have to go there and then try to resolve basically 2 consecutive tests successfully, and then you can spend a clue token there, and if you did that twice, the mystery is resolved. And so he somehow managed to get these 2 clue tokens pretty early in the game, and just went there then, after 2 or 3 turns, I'm not sure anymore. And that's it, and that was maybe the rest. The rest of the game, he actually then waited there and tried to close these gates. Or no, not to close the gate, but to resolve that mystery. But he simply didn't manage to roll these 2 consecutive successful tests. You know, I mean, he rolled there, and he stayed there all the time. I think about 10 rounds or something. It was ridiculous, and that was the game for him. And of course it was really frustrating and pretty boring, and he asked himself, well, that's not what I expected. It was just completely it was a big disappointment for him. And I think that was a problem with this game, that it was very, very, very luck based, and sometimes it's so hard to close gates or to solve some mysteries because of these 2 consecutive tests you have to do. What I like about that effect is that you have this storytelling element where you can, if the first test fails, you go to the second one, and these things are cool. But it also has this dark side where you can get stuck on a space and you simply can't do anything. And now this is a little more balanced, I think, with this focus option. You have an additional reroll, and you don't have to use your valuable clue tokens. Of course, that was interesting. You could say, will I use a clue token to reroll? And it was a tough decision, but sometimes you can still do these decisions if you don't have enough focus. So I think overall that is a good thing to make this game not so luck dependent. I mean, it's still bad enough, and you've seen that in my playthrough, I guess, very well now. So yeah, great new characters, cool new board, the focus mechanic. I think this is definitely a good expansion. I enjoyed it. No, I didn't. I didn't enjoy it. But I'm pretty sure I will enjoy the next game. And hope to see you in my next video. Until then, bye.